my youth here and later married Andrew Jackson Blue. Andrew was a mason by trade, and he was a veteran of the Civil War. Our wedding date was October 11th. Andrew built a new home for us on North Street. That home is still standing, and it's the home of Otis and Margaret Skaggs. Any of you people from Earlville may know where that is. Andrew and I had one daughter, Ethel. On the evening of our 17th, the night before our 17th wedding anniversary, Andrew died suddenly. The obituary in the paper said that the entire community was so surprised at his sudden taking off. I had opened a millinery shop in downtown Earlville. I loved to do work with my hands, and making hats came just very naturally to me. I had many patrons, and I loved to sew for the ladies, and it was fashionable for ladies to wear hats for almost any occasion in those days. In fact, the hat I'm wearing today is one of my creations. They're long lasting. I also had a beautiful set of adjustable tin patterns, and I used those patterns and enabled me to sew for all shapes and sizes. My great-granddaughter, Mary Jean Wiley, was a professor of home economics and fabrics at the University of Arizona. She used those patterns in her teaching, and upon her retirement, she donated them to a museum in Tucson. My shop had some very interesting customers, and it was a great gathering place for the ladies to come and share each other's company and fellowship. What fun it was. Later in my life, I lived with my daughter Ethel and her husband William Bill Stockley on a farm just south of Hardin. They were the parents of 10 children, so I had 10 grandchildren to keep me busy. When they're first born in 1899, it was in the Earlville Leader that it was the 5th generation of the Browns. This was published on October 20th, 1899. They were some of the first families in the area, and it was the Earlville Leader did quite an article on their family and how important it was to all of them to have that line that went back to the first settlers. My grandchildren include Gladys Wiley, Wilbur Stockley, Annie Irene Gonigham, Dorothy Stockley, Ruth Miller, Charles, Russell, Lois Wright, Herbert, and Robert. Some of the grandchildren stated that I was small but mighty. I would not stand for any nonsense in the house. If they were unruly, I would peck them on the forehead with my thimble that I wore almost constantly when I was doing my work. I love to tat, I love to quilt, and so my tiny little thimble was a symbol of my life's work. Each stitch I did was done with love and perfection. The quilt that's on display here is one of the wedding gifts that she gave to each of her grandchildren when they were married. This one happened to be Nell and Russell Stockley's gift. Thank you for coming today. Thank you.